Community connections, CKMS. Local sounds, thoughts, passions, and success. Celebrate local, your neighbor's got a story to tell. Community connections, CKMS.
Happy Monday, Waterloo Region. It is the 3rd of April, 2023. Today we're going to be talking to Braendle and Gabby Martindale from Braendle and Gabby bands. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
And right now we're going to be listening to Fog Blues and Brass Band, their new release called Why Get Up. The Fog Blues and Brass Band will be in the studio on CKMS Community Connections later on this summer. In the meantime, we've got in the studio Braendle. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Gabby Martindale. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Glad to have you. You're from Brown's Battle of the Bands.
Yes.
I've been saying this in my mind for the entire weekend. And it doesn't come out my mouth right.
It's
Can you tell me,
alliteration.
what is that? What is Brown's Battle of the Bands?
So, along with myself and a couple of my classmates, we are running a Brown's Battle of the Bands, and it's going to be hosted at Maxwell's. We are part of the Bachelor of Public Relations program at Conestoga College. So it's part of our event planning class to run this event. And it's in support of the Business and Education Partnership, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit later on. But basically, the battle consists of 5 awesome local bands who all play rock, soft rock, country rock, and we're going to have some beaver tails there and cash bar and lots of local donated silent auction items. So it's really going to be a great night, and we're just looking to bring together a community of music lovers and supporters while also creating an exciting and competitive atmosphere. And we're really just excited about having local musicians showcase their talent as well.
There is so much local music here in Waterloo region. So I'm glad you've got 5 bands that I haven't ever heard of before.
Yes.
So hope to have them all in the studio at some point as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How do you get a hold of these bands?
Well, we kind of, they're all on the younger side, I would say. So they're kind of in line with our age. So a lot of them I know through mutual connections, just friends, whatnot, that recommended them. And then others through some bars uptown that recommended them. So they've had them there play in the past, and they said, you know what, these guys would be great. They put on a great show, and they'd be interested in doing it. So
these aren't bands that have never played anywhere before.
Yeah,
They've
exactly.
got some experience.
Yes.
Good. Don't have much music out there. We've got some tracks that we'll be playing later on.
Yeah.
But
a lot of them are newer. That's the thing. Like, they've had about 2 years kind of booking gigs and whatnot. So
give me a rundown. Who's playing?
So we've got, our lineup looks like Turning Corners. They are a more of classic rock band. They're donned in suits, as they say. They love to play in their suits and their sunglasses, and they're great. We've got 78 North. They are our youngest band. They are a high school band, but they've been playing lots of great gigs all around the city for even being so young. Then we've got Martina's Gun. They play a lot of local uptown, kind of at Prohibition Warehouse type thing. Again, they are newer, but the lead singer, she's got a great voice on her, and that's actually where the name comes from. So yeah. And then we've got Percocet Blonde. They are really big in the Laurier scene. They have a pretty significant following. You'll actually see students wearing their merch all around campus, which is pretty funny. But we're excited to have them. They really raise the crowd energy. And then our final act is Small Town Strip Club. I would say they're the most established band. They definitely have a lot of music out, and they're actually working on a full-length album coming out.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah. So they've got like 200,000 streams on Spotify, so they're up and coming for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I need to get some of their music into our library so we can play them on the air.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Got a couple of tracks by them later on today as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. So when you've got those bands in, you're doing the event planning, and that's part of the course. Is event planning something that is taught in your program? What program are you in? What?
We're in the Bachelor of Public Relations program at Conestoga College.
There's a public relations course.
Yes, it's public relations, and we're in our second year, and we are doing this as a part of the project management and event courses partnered together. So our professors are helping us out a lot with the event, giving us lots of advice. We have lots of classes and assignments to help prepare us for it. So
yeah, and is it just the two of you working on this particular project, the Brown's Battle of the Bands?
We've got one more group member, Tyson. Yeah,
Tyson as well.
So there's the 3 of us, and we've tackled this.
And what are other people in the class doing for their events?
Very different from ours. Ours is definitely more music focused. Theirs is more a networking event, so they're focused on aligning tech individuals and companies in the area. And theirs will be on Tuesday. And then we had a past event last week that was a pottery painting fundraising class.
Right.
Yeah, so all very different, which is great.
Yeah, I think I like this one best.
Yeah, me too. I'm biased, of course.
Well, of course, just a little bit, but that's good. How much preparation work? Because I mean, all I'm going to see here is going into the venue and listening to 5 bands play. But I'm sure that there's a lot more work than just saying, come on and play for us. How do you start off doing this? What's the first step?
Well, it was a lot of course, we're raising money for the Business Education Partnership. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it was trying to get people to sign on and do it as a donation. So Maxwell's, of course, we're paying staff that are there, but they are donating partially the venue to us for the evening. Yeah. And then all of the bands are donating their time as well. So it's a lot of outreach and, advocating for them earning some media, them earning a lot of new supporters as well in terms of the bands. So that's why they were inclined to say yes. Yeah. But yeah, like just a lot of reaching out, a lot of networking within your own network as well, which is always essential in this day and age. But
yeah. Certainly will give them the publicity that they need.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So then how did you decide to do this particular project? Why didn't you decide on one of the networking gigs?
Well, I think we are all very passionate about music and entertainment, and we all feel that music does bring people together, and since BEP brings the youth community together, we felt that it was a good alignment to do something with music. And we're also really lucky to have Brown Social House sponsoring our event. They're helping us with a lot of the financials to go into it, and we definitely wouldn't be able to do it as successfully without them. Yeah.
Hence the name.
Yeah, hence the name.
Yes. When you graduate, will you be going into band promotion, music promotion as your career, or?
It's something we've thought about. Like, I've honestly really enjoyed the whole planning of it, especially that it involves music and bands. So it's definitely something I'm interested in, have my eye on for the future.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of bands in the local area that could use a little bit of assistance.
Absolutely,
in that.
Right?
Because their forte is making music, and doing all the business of doing business is somewhat foreign to musicians, I think. So
yes,
having business managers, having publicists available to them would be really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're going to fill a niche.
Hopefully, that's the plan.
Yeah. So what's going to indicate a successful outcome? I mean, for the night itself, it's obviously getting an audience in there and having them enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
But as the course goes, how will your course evaluate this?
Well, we were given a couple of goals for the event. Obviously, it's to generate some publicity for the charity itself and get that their name out there and an understanding from people in the region that this network of individuals and partnership exists for people to use, and youth specifically. But also it was to raise, our goal is $1,000 to raise. Yeah. However, we have already surpassed that.
Excellent.
So it's just bonus at this point.
Yeah. So for raising the money, how are you doing that?
So we have a couple of different avenues where we're raising money. We have the Canada Helps page. So they're actually a registered charity on Canada Helps. So we've generated a lot of funds through that, as well as our ticket sales are raising money for it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then I saw something about a silent auction.
Yes.
What's that all about?
We're also going to be having a silent auction table at the event. It's also an online thing. It's through Galabid. And we have lots of amazing items donated by local businesses. So that's pretty exciting, and we appreciate the support from them as well.
What kind of swag can we hope to get at the auction?
There's lots of gift cards from local restaurants. There's movie theater prizes, little baskets from just the cute little downtown shops, those sorts of things.
Okay. So, and what are expected prices for those things? $10
they
a shot,
range.
Something like that?
Some of them have $400 values. Some of them are $100 values. Some of them are $25 values. So it really ranges.
Oh, okay.
And it just depends.
Better swag than I thought there was going to be.
Yeah. All right. We've got a pizza oven in there.
A pizza oven.
Yeah.
Not just a pizza, but a pizza oven.
Pizza oven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know what I would want.
Yeah, right?
All right, so that's the Battle of the Bands happening on Thursday, April the 5th. Maxwell's at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah, and doors open at 7 p.m., I guess. The bands don't start till 7:30 or so.
Yes, 7:30.
Yeah. So how does a battle actually work? How do you battle bands together?
Well, we're giving each of them a 30-minute set time. So they have 30 minutes to play, and then we have obviously changeover in between bands. we're encouraging it to be a friendly competition, nothing too rigorous out there, but we're just happy that we can have them, and really it'll be based on attendees voting. So there are people that are showing up, their supporters are the ones that are going to be voting, and the winner will then be decided off of that. And we have a voting system that is all digital as well. So,
Okay, so you get there and it's the audience that gets to choose.
Audience will choose.
Which band comes out in the top of the battle.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right, let's listen to some of this stuff. Got a tune here by Turning Corners called Enid. So we'll play that first. From Battle of the Bands, Turning Corners.
When you wrote me those letters, and every time I remember the taste of your lip gloss, even we never really knew each other anyway. Even we never really knew each other anyway. Maybe we always saw right through each other anyway. Well, even we never really knew each other anyway. There were times when I wanted to hurt you, and there were times when I knew that I did. Whoa, whoa. There were times when I thought I could kill you, but could you blame me? I was only a kid. Tell me why we never really respected each other. And tell me why I never believed that you were a person too. I always thought that you fancied my brother. I may not have liked it, oh, but a memory is a strange thing, oh, and even I remember you. Even we never really knew each other anyway. Even we never really knew each other anyway. Maybe we always saw right through each other anyway. Even we never really knew each other anyway. It took me a year to believe it was over. Oh, and it took me 2 more to get over the loss. Whoa, whoa. I took the beating when you wrote me those letters, and every time you told me to get lost. Now it's not fair to say that, 'cause I was 3 inches shorter than. And it's not fair to say that, 'cause I was only 15 years old. But maybe it's fair to say there was a lack of communication. I took a phone message, oh, and speaking of communication, oh, well, ain't it just kind of cold? I can get a job, I can pay the phone bills, I can cut the lawn, cut my hair, cut my cholesterol, I can work all the time, I can work in a mine, I can do it all for you. I don't want to. Even we never really knew each other anyway. Even we never really knew each other anyway. Maybe we always saw right through each other anyway. But even we never really knew each other anyway. Even we never really knew each other anyway. Even we never really knew each other anyway. Even we never really knew each other anyway.
The Guys in Suits, Turning Corners. That's their song called Enid. They'll be playing at Battle of the Bands, Brown's Battle of the Bands, this Thursday, April the 5th at Maxwell's. Got in the studio with me, Gabby Martindale and Lily Braendle, who are organizing Brown's Battle of the Bands.
Hello.
Hello. Tell me more about the charity that you're doing this for. What's it called? What's it for? What do they do?
Yeah, so Brown's Battle of the Bands is raising money for the Business and Education Partnership of Waterloo Region to help support their classes and programs. Specifically, all the proceeds that are raised will go directly to their newly launched Youth Creativity Fund, which is a program that helps support students in elementary and high school through microgrants that will allow them to put on creative learning projects. So that's where our proceeds will be going. And we're really excited to help them out.
Okay, so this isn't a university program.
No, it's for local youth in the area, so for elementary and high school students.
Okay.
And this new initiative they've put on is really giving students in the area a chance to really fund their own creative projects or fund their own businesses, maybe even. So for individuals, they give $500 for grants, and then for groups, they give $1,000 to really get them on their way.
For high school, that's substantial.
Yeah, and a lot of great things have come out to it. I was lucky enough to go to their launch program, and I was able to meet some of the kids that have already used this fund, and they're really impressive. And it's at the end of the day, keeping that talent and education in Waterloo is so essential to making Waterloo prosper, right?
Does it include things like bands? Would some of these grants go to equipping bands or giving them
I feel like it
lessons?
could. Like if somebody wanted to start a band and they didn't have the money to do so, they could use the funds to do that. Absolutely.
I ask for purely mercenary reasons because I want more music on the radio.
Absolutely. Don't blame you.
Yeah. So how did you decide on this particular organization to raise the money for?
Our professors have worked with an individual there in the past. She was actually at a previous charity, and they've done this program and this event planning process with her a couple of times previously. So they know that she's really supportive and a good person to help us run the event. So she moved to this charity recently, and that was part of the reason why they chose this charity. But kind of it's become, for us, great because the Youth Creativity Fund, as we talked about, has just launched. And following our public relations desires and future, it's great because a launch followed by events that support it will only create awareness. And it really just is in line with the whole public relations of it all.
Okay, excellent. And this is the kind of thing where people would be needing public relations staff for the nonprofit sector and the charity sector as well.
Yeah, exactly. So. We even talked to Scott Higgins there. He is the owner of Hip Developments, which is a real estate company. Okay. He was the one who really funded this in the beginning, and it's kind of his passion project. But even he is like, we need more people like you. We need more public relations people.
Yeah. And when are all the different events that are being organized for your course, are they all focusing on this business education partnership?
Yeah, so every year the event planning and project management courses in the BPR program, they choose a charity for all of the teams to fundraise for, just to keep it aligned and probably easier for them. So yes, all three of the teams are raising money for this charity.
And is it that way every time? Because this isn't the first year that your course is organizing events.
It's always that way, yeah. It's always one singular charity.
Yeah. And always the same one? Always business?
No, it typically is different every year.
Oh, all right.
They like to support different people in the area.
Right. Okay, so spread the money around, I guess.
Yeah, spread the wealth.
Raise some money and spread it around, yep. Tell me about the course itself. What other things do you do other than organizing for battles of the bands and networking courses?
It's really all-encompassing program. It's really hands-on. We've got everything from event planning to finance to media relations to media theory, campaigns, everything.
And how long is the course? Is it just a single-year course, or?
No, it's a 4-year program.
4-year program.
Yeah, so it's actually a degree program. So at the end of it, we'll both be Bachelor of Public Relations. Okay,
so this is a first-year course then, bachelor degree. Is this your first round at university, or is this a second degree for you?
For me, I went to Western previously, but wanted something that was smaller and more hands-on learning. So I moved back home to Waterloo and found this program, and I'm happy I did.
Public relations at Western too?
No, I was in political science. A little bit different.
Oh, very different. Holy mackerel. Yeah. How about you, Lily?
This is my second year in any post-secondary program, so
Okay.
I've just been in the BPR program the whole time, and it's a great program.
And this is your second year in the public relations
Yes, we're
course.
just finishing up our second year.
I just can't believe that public relations would take 4 years of education to fulfill.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured it's just, posting a little bit on social media, and that's all there is. But there must be more to public relations.
It's
What does
a lot more to
public
it.
relations professional do?
Well, our goal is to bridge the gap between a company and their public. So that can look like many different things. It can be event planning, it can be advertising, marketing, digital media, it's crisis management. There's so many areas you can go into, and I think that this program is really equipping us with any skills that we need for any of those areas. They're touching on everything, and it's just, I think we both think it's a really great program, and it's teaching us a lot.
It's not like advertising, though, is it? It's not.
We learn about, promotional
Yeah.
things in general, like digital media. We've had a couple of digital media focused courses. They're just teaching us about every sort of aspect of public relations and communications.
But you're not the folks who go out and put the ads out that say sell more widgets or buy more widgets.
Not necessarily. It can be an aspect of a campaign that we're running, but it's not typically our main focus.
Okay. Let me be a little bit self-centered here. What would you do for a radio station?
Ooh.
I think that being someone that wants to go into music in that area of the entertainment industry, maybe keeping up with the trends on social media would be a good thing to do. Sorry. Just because everyone listening, they're keeping up with the trends and they like to listen to those same sorts of things on air. Events, what we're doing right now, partnering with people in the area, I think that's also a great way to improve the public relations.
Yeah, we've got an event coming up this coming weekend, Sunday the 11th, I think.
Awesome.
Which is for raising cancer. And
Okay.
I don't think it's got a great deal of traction because we are lousy at promotion and public relations. So that's the sort of thing that we, as a community radio station, could use more help with and raising
Right.
our profile in the community as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one of the things that we want to do is to make the radio station available to the community. But I think a lot of the community just doesn't even know that we exist.
Right.
So
That's part of the problem, right? When
Yeah.
it's an awareness thing, and it's like, there's so many ways you could tackle it, but it's just choosing an avenue that you want to go down.
and none of us are professionals at that. If you have any skills at all, it's in turning on the radio and talking in the microphone.
Right.
And even that doesn't come out well all the time either. So yeah, having somebody who's knowledgeable in the area of outreach and promotion would be very useful to a radio station like ours.
For sure.
So hint, hint, we're a volunteer radio station. Feel free to practice your craft on us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's listen to another piece of music. We've got another piece by Turning Corners. This one is called Tollgate. Let's have a go at that.
My baby said she's traveling on a 1 after 909. I said, move over, honey, I'm traveling on that line. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Said she's traveling on a 1 after 909. I better not go, and I better on bend me. I said, you only fool around with me. I said, move on once, move on twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. I said, it's driving on a 1 after 909. We got my bags, run to the station. Railman says, they got the wrong location. We got my bags, run right home. But then I find I got the number wrong. Well, said driving on the 1 after 909. Said move over, The Savior's coming on the one after 9. Oh, the Savior's coming on the one after 909.
Cut them off a little bit there. That's Turning Corners, a song that I think is called Tollgate Boulevard 42, but who can really tell? So, Gabby, you tell me you know these guys.
Yeah, so I actually went to high school with them. They're a bit younger and older than me, so not necessarily in my age.
Okay.
But we went to St. David's together, and their music teacher who really got them going with music, Kevin Coates, I also took some guitar from, so we're in line in that.
Okay. And these are the guys leading off the night on Thursday.
They are, they are first up.
Yeah. So you went to St. David's?
They went to St. David's.
Yeah. And you went to St. David's, and how about you, Lily?
I went to Resurrection High School.
Resurrection. Oh, got a
Still
lot
in
of
the
people
area.
here from Resurrection, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's some people in the other bands that went to Resurrection as well, so...
Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody.
Can't be much of a battle if everybody's friends. Yeah.
It's just a competition.
I suppose it's a competition.
It might get serious. Who knows?
Well, anything to get a chance to play, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. So you said you went to Western?
I did go to Western, yeah.
And why Western? Why not? We've got the two universities here, Conestoga as well.
Yeah, I wanted to just get away from home to start off, and I'm thankful I did because it taught me a lot, but just the overall program itself, I was like, I need something smaller. Those classes are so big at Western. There's so many students there, so especially in political science. I think my opening course in political science had like 1,000 people in it.
Wow.
Yeah, so really big program. So, and then we go to public relations at Conestoga, and that has like 12 people in it. So,
really,
quite the difference.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
How about you, Lily? You made the right choice. You stayed here.
I did make the right choice, and I've been in my program since I started it. I did a lot of research looking into programs, and I didn't want what Gabby experienced. I didn't want to be in a room with 1,000 people and not know the professor and have that relationship, but the BPR program is really great because our professors all know who we are. They give us lots of advice. They're very helpful, and it's just very intimate, and it's a great experience.
Did you check out other universities and colleges for public relations?
Yeah, I looked into communications at, all of the surrounding schools, and I just thought that the BPR program was the most fitting for me, and it ended up being the right choice. So
Okay. And then this is your second year. You've got 2 more years of this. So how much more complicated can it get? I mean, putting on a Battle of the Bands show is, I would think, the pinnacle of public relations. How much more complex could it possibly get than being the impresario for a live event?
Well, the crescendo of our degree really is a capstone. So we work with a business or an organization or a nonprofit in the area, and we actually run a complete campaign for them. So we're basically taking over that public relations role in its entirety for the ending of our degree. So that's when it's really becomes serious, not just an event, but a whole encompassing.
How does that get evaluated? I mean, you don't have the option of failing when you're doing something like that.
I guess it's how successful you are at achieving whatever goals the organization wants, whether it's awareness or actual action and acquiring new members or whatever it may be that they're looking for. I think it's evaluated on that.
Okay. What are your aspirations after this? You've graduated, you've got your degree in public relations. Music, I think, is probably one of the venues or one of the avenues you're choosing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking into lots of aspects of the entertainment industry. Music's my favorite one as of right now, doing something maybe with music festivals or concert planning, that sort of thing. Just finding a way to utilize my public relations and communication skills in the music field, because that's just something I enjoy in my day-to-day life, so it'd be nice to combine the two.
Well, like I said, there's lots of opportunity because there's lots of bands out there.
Yeah.
How does that work? Would you work for a firm, or would you be an independent, setting up your own business?
I'm not too sure yet. Maybe working for a radio station, maybe working for a record label. It depends. We'll see. We have 2 co-op terms in our program, so hopefully through those I can gain a better understanding of what I like to do more.
So there's actually companies that will hire public relations staff to work in-house. This isn't always a consulting type of gig.
Yeah, actually it's grown a lot to be in-house. They're having positions where you're not they're separating the marketing, like we were saying, from the public relations. So they're hiring individuals to do their public relations in-house. Okay. Yeah.
You said something about crisis management earlier. What kind of crises would public relations manage to resolve?
I think there could be lots of crisis that happens, even just with the event we're putting on. You know, anything could happen at a live concert event, and we just have to prepare the best we can for all of those. In our project management course, we actually created a crisis management sheet and risk management sheet where we planned out any sort of issues that could go wrong in our event and how we would solve them, so we're prepared in advance for the event in case something goes wrong. So I think our program does a really good job at preparing us for any aspect of
So if
PR.
the battle goes from musical to physical,
We have a plan.
you have a plan.
We do.
Or at least we think.
Hopefully.
Excellent, excellent. So with 5 bands, you said half an hour each, 15 minutes between setup? That's like an entire evening's worth.
It's an entire evening's worth, yeah.
And at the end of the evening, you're going to be pretty puffed out. But I'm sure there's more work to do after all the bands have finished playing their music and the audience has gone home. What happens after that?
Well, like Lily said, we have our project management course that's really looking at closing documents and stuff. So how are we closing out this event? A lot of people have donated their time and donated money, so there's a lot of thank yous that need to go around for post-event, and, you know, just thanking people for their time, thanking people for their interest. I think that's really essential, especially with us being so newly in our career. We need to make sure we keep those networks that we're trying to build.
Right.
Really.
That really does sound like public relations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shaking hands, a lot of thank you.
I expect, yeah. And then for the actual coursework, what sort of coursework do you have to do? Essay writing, multiple choice exam?
A lot of it is a presentation, so really just analyzing how this went for us, what challenges we faced, how did our outreach go, what type of media coverage did we get, looking at all those aspects, and really what we learned about putting on one of our first events. What are we taking away with us to our next event that we would run in the future?
Right. And so what are the things you've learned so far? I mean, the Battle of the Bands hasn't happened yet.
No, it hasn't, but we've learned a lot so far, I would say. I think a lot of reaching out is and asking for favors in a charity aspect. It is difficult. Yeah. But if you can find the right people who want to be a part of it and it aligns for them, then I think it's magic. So,
okay. Have you had any other media attention other than our community radio station?
Yeah, later today we're going to be on 570 News, and then
excellent.
tomorrow morning we're going to be on CBC. So
Oh, wonderful.
we've done well with making our media pitches and trying hard with that sort of stuff.
That's great. Get to the big radio stations after this. It's 1:45, so let's have another bit of music. This is from Small Town Strip Club. Let's see what they sound like.
Calm like a still lake on a sky blue summer day. Crashed like an old wave on the shoreline and said to stay. It won't be long till it's all gone. It won't be long till it's all gone. smoke from a cigarette. Lightning bolt, but it's in your head. A world unknown and a world unseen. Just saw that thought from your awakened dream. It won't be long till it's all gone. It won't be long till it's all gone. Till it's all gone. Till it's all gone. Till it's all gone. Calm like a still lake on a sky blue summer day. Crash like an old wave on the shoreline that's there to stay.
That small town strip club called Long Gone. Really cool music. And you know these guys too.
Yeah, I remember Tyson. He, I think, knows either his older brother, I think, knows them personally. So they were willing to help us out.
And they've got the album coming out later this summer.
Yeah,
So definitely want to get them in the studio for that.
for sure.
Yeah. The other groups, you all have friends in those bands as well. You said Martinez Gun.
Yeah, Martina's Gun. I have a couple of people I know from high school as well in that. And then my boyfriend, he knows Percocet Blonde. He's really good friends with them. So
Okay. Everybody knows everybody.
everybody knows everybody.
That's cool. So how would you go about hiring these bands? This is not a paid gig for them, is it?
No, it's not. So they are just donating their time and then the ability to potentially win some money at the end.
Okay.
If they win, they get a bit of money and then
All
they
right.
get to be featured on your guys' show. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to have all the bands on.
Yeah,
so
all the bands.
Everybody,
so
everybody,
everyone gets a fair shot.
everybody gets their shot at the radio.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then hopefully use some of that money to cut an album.
Yeah.
Get some studio time someplace and get some professional recordings done.
For sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's yeah.
It's big for them, right? Like, especially those who don't have any music out. Like,
Yeah.
they need that to really get their start and get hired in different gigs in the area.
That's one of the things community radio is here for, is to
Absolutely.
help bands get their boost up into the professional world.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell me again, we've got about 10 minutes left. Tell me again about Brown's Battle of the Bands. What's Brown's? Who is Brown?
So Brown's is a restaurant in the area that I actually work at.
Ah!
That's the key.
All right.
So they've been open for about 2 years now, and really I've loved working there. And Kevin May, the manager, I approached him and say, hey, listen, would you be willing to fund this event that we have coming up? And he was like, absolutely, I'd love to. So
Okay.
we have a lot of staff going from there on Wednesday night, and a lot of regulars as well that are really live music driven. They always stumble in after going to some concert or something. So
Yeah. I don't see a lot of information about Brown's in the poster or the event information on Facebook. Are they one of the sponsors, or?
they are one of
Yeah,
the sponsors. Yeah. They're really, honestly, like very popular in the area. It's hard to get a table a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So, but basically they're just like a casual upscale dining restaurant. They're a chain from out west, and they've only have 3 locations in Ontario at this point.
Yeah.
So we're one of the 3.
Give them a plug. Where are they at?
So they are on Northfield. Yes, Northfield.
Okay.
Right near Rim Park.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's-
just down the street from there, and that's why we get a lot of hockey people coming up
Yeah,
there.
yeah. There's actually a bunch of restaurants out in that area. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess that is the new hot spot for Waterloo.
I guess so.
The dining out quarter for Waterloo.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The other sponsors, how do you get a hold of them? How do you find a sponsor for an event like this?
Well, in our event class, we've created media pitches, just pitches of all sorts to go out to sponsors, partners, whatever the case may be. So we run those by our professor who critiques them for us, helps us out as needed, and then we create a list of who we think could help us, pros and cons, like how would they be able to help us, and then also include a what's in it for them to show them why they should help us. And why there's a mutual benefit. So there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a lot of planning in only a couple of weeks. I mean, the semester's not very long, so we haven't had a whole lot of time to do it, but I think we've made good use of our time so far. So
it looks pretty impressive what you've got there so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the same goes for the silent auction donors.
Yes, same sort of deal. We had like a sheet that had a pitch on it, and then we edited it to fit the certain company that we were reaching out to, just to make it align. And we've been lucky with all of the businesses that have sponsored us in that way. So,
And how about Maxwell's itself? How did you land the venue?
Well, they were our ideal venue just because they're a great live music space, and we wanted the bands that were to sign on for this to have an actual event space and really get the experience of a concert. A couple of them have played there before, but a couple of them haven't, and I think it's awesome for them to play like a bigger venue like that in the area. So reaching out to Paul Maxwell, we had a lot of correspondence in terms of, okay, this is for a charity, how are we going to do this?
Right.
And they have the technicians and stuff for us to be able to put on a successful battle and not have too much space in between acts, so it's a consistent show for all of the people coming in.
They've done it before.
They've been around the block once or twice.
In fact, CKMS used to have a studio in that building there.
Awesome.
So that's a few years ago now.
Okay.
But so that's nice to have a professional venue with professional technicians to handle a professional quality show.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the main thing we were looking for. We're like, as much as we love music, we don't know a ton about the technician side of it. So we were really looking for a venue that had the technicians on deck and were really seasoned in helping us.
I guess having to hire that kind of staff as well is kind of out of the skill set of a marketing person.
Yes, for sure. So I was like, Paul, help us out with that, and he had us covered. So
that's great. That's great. So are you going to do this again? Is this a regular Battle of the Bands thing?
Do you know what? Like, we'll see how successful it is. Like, it'd be great to make it something that was yearly, and then you pick a different charity each year to put the money towards.
Will you be doing this again in year 3 and year 4 of the program? Is there some practical work that you need to do for the other years?
We don't have another event planning course, so I don't think there's anything on the books. But who knows, maybe it could become a passion project on the side for us.
Yeah. Well, once you've got the experience, that'd be great.
Right.
Because we can sure use more of that. There have been Battle of the Bands in Waterloo region before, and I thought this was just one of a continuing chain of events, but I guess this is a completely independent thing.
Completely different.
Not related to the previous ones at all.
Yeah.
So get something going.
Right.
Do this yearly.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I'd
good
love
for
it.
us, good for the bands.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. I think you have time for one more song by Small Town Strip Club.
Awesome.
And then we'll go over the venue details one more time before we leave. And we'll have everything up on our show notes as well. So radiowaterloo.ca/CCC, where you can see everything that goes on with the Battle of the Bands. But here's Small Town Strip Club. Why do you think I call you baby?
I don't mind trying when it gets a little crazy, like a spin as a lady. Why you think you got your baby when the sun don't shine and it gets a little hazy, like a spin as a lady. Hold on, my eyes are set on you. From the back of my mind, down the bottom of my heart is true. Why you think you got your baby? lonely night if I couldn't tell you plainly. Come on, I said my aim is true. Hold on. From the back of the room, out the corner of my eye, it's true. Why you think it's like a baby? Set on you. Come on. From the back of my mind to the bottom of my heart, it's true. Why you think it's like a baby?
Small Town Strip Club. Why do you think I call you baby? They're finishing off the night at the Browns Battle of the Bands on, well, tell me about it. When is this? Who else is playing?
So it will be April 5th from 7 to 11. Doors open at 7. Mm-hmm. And there'll be consistent entertainment from the 5 bands from 7:30 to 11. And each band is given 30 minutes, and I'll give you a quick rundown of who's playing. Yep. We've got Turning Corners opening the night. They are more of a classic rock sound. We've got 78 North following them up next. They are a bunch of high school students who have a rock band, and don't be fooled, they are really good sounding as well. Then we've got Martina's Gun, who plays more in the uptown scene, and they have a lead singer who is a girl. And so we've got 2 girl singers. The rest are male-dominated, but we had to get some girls in there. And then we've got Percocet Blonde, that I said that they are definitely a rock band who gets the crowd going there. They're all about the crowd entertainment. Right. And then Small Town Strip Club is our closer, and they're a really polished act, and we're happy to have them.
This is all taking place at Maxwell's house, Maxwell's concert and events venue, and on University Avenue in Waterloo.
Yeah.
Thursday night, 5 April, 7 o'clock. Be there or miss out.
Absolutely.
You've been listening to CKMS Community Connections. My name is Bob Jonkman. Had in the studio Gabby Martindale and Lily Braendle from the Browns Battle of the Bands. They're organizing. Thank you so much for coming in and spending an hour.
Thank you so much. We're happy we got the chance.
Welcome. Oh, you're very welcome. Have the bands in. Bring them in, and we'll put them on the air during the summer.
Perfect.
You've been listening to CKMS Community Connections, which is a production of Radio Waterloo. My name is Bob Jonkman. CKMS Community Connections is produced by Jennifer Strong. Associate producer is Jeff Stager. Opening music that you've been listening to just now, and the theme music is composed by Steve Todd and played by Steve Todd. CKMS Community Connections airs every Monday at 11 o'clock and alternate Fridays at 3 p.m. My name is Bob Jonkman. I'll be back next week.